Yeah, sit tight, Australians. We'll come back. We promise. Just got to get some of the virus out of the air, but we'll get there. We're working on it. We have a whole plan for how we're going to suck all the viruses out of the air. And next, carbon dioxide.
Oh,
well, we're working on that problem.
We've got one of those Dyson vacuums, so we should be in business.
Yeah, one of them. Yes.
Yeah.
I just replaced the battery.
We've just been leaving it running.
Yeah,
so
it's a real strong.
Helping.
It's like a pretty strong vacuum, though. We should be okay.
I'm told they're very powerful.
They're science. It's spinning.
Mm-hmm. They make a vortex. For people who ask about like, hey, when is Loading Ready Run going to come to my neck of the woods? Please keep in mind that like we're always thinking about wanting to do that kind of thing, and it's like it's never like, oh, we're not going to Ohio.
Ugh.
Like that doesn't really, maybe not Cleveland, but anyway, we're not gonna, it's not like we'll just not come to X location kind of thing. It's like we're always thinking about and willing to try to make things like that happen. Like, when are you going to come to the UK or the EU? Right there we go, slamming a few Clevelanders. Nice. Anyway, it's like we'll go to the UK or the EU, or when are you guys going to come to like the UAE, or when are you going to come to Australia or New Zealand or any of those places? It's like, when are you going to come to my neck of the woods? And it's like we always talk to other people working other conventions. Sometimes it's like we would love to be able to do that kind of thing. They'll contact us and be like, are you guys willing to do a thing? And it's like, sure, let's talk about what that would look like or how that would actually come together. And sometimes we can't make those plans come together, either through unavailable people or the pandemic. And it's been weird to think that it's like we're 3 years through this pandemic, and we knew that like in 2019 it was like we're gearing up for like 2020 is going to be a big year for us. We'll try to get out to more cons. We'll send other people out to other cons. We'll rotate that kind of thing. And then March hits and it's like, surely it's not going to be a big deal. I guess
we were at a con.
Yeah, let's go to PAX East, right? So Corey was at the last con.
Yeah.
And it's all going to happen again. I mean, people are going to probably have to build some of these things from the ground floor back up again, but it's like we're not. It's not like it's like, oh, we're not thinking about doing it. We are thinking about doing it, and we are. When people contact us like, do you want to do X thing? It's like, well, let's see what we can do to make stuff like that happen. And sometimes it's just like, right now, it's like nobody really wants to travel, or there aren't enough people who want to travel, or it's not really going to be cost effective for us to travel, or so yeah. It's going to happen again. We're going to make more trips and we're going to go to more places, and we will, keep looking into options about going to the UK or going to the EU, or, going to other places, like going to Australia again and going to New Zealand perhaps. And I don't know, if we got invited to go to India, we might even try to do something like that, but it's like, that will be, how would that even work? But we maybe figure it out. Right. So
we're kind of like vampires. We have to be invited places.
Yeah. If you know someone who's running a convention in your area and they're like, yeah, we could totally see bringing those guys in. You just have to talk to your con people about that and see what they think. And sometimes your con people do want to know, like, it's like, why would I bring these people in? It's like, well, for all of these reasons. And suggestions are good. They want to know who's a fresh new face we can bring in, or who's some interesting people we can bring in. Right. So,
Loading Ready Run. Those guys are a fresh new face who just burst onto the scene.
Mm-hmm.
Let's
overnight sensations.
Yeah.
I remember Steve Notley, the
Bob the Angry Flower,
and author of Bob the Angry Flower, which is an excellent comic strip. He did one where that he got best new. He got an award for like best new comic artist.
Great.
Like after he'd been working and like have his material was in newspapers for like 5 years.
I've published 3 books.
Yeah, and he's like has like the a career trajectory. He's like, yep, that's about right.
I'll take it though, right? Like, if you know, it's like we're just discovering you guys for the first time. I'm like, great.
Yeah, more people the merrier.
Hope we're excited. I mean, hope. Wait, what did I mean by that?
I hope we're excited.
Hope we're
When
excited.
it happens, yeah,
hope
I
you're
hope we're
excited?
excited.
Maybe
It's gonna
that's it.
happen. We're looking forward to it, but we hope we're excited.
Yeah. People want us to do Road Quest Australia, and I'm like, you have a big, you live on a desert island. I'm not gonna make any
Do
more
not
hay of it.
drive to Northern Australia. Do not. No.
I mean,
Boring.
just driving to Australia from here by itself would be quite a tricky
Fun.
thing.
Mhm.
Entertaining.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Wet.
you get one of those cars where you can inflate the tires real big.
Yep.
Or just drive around on the ship deck.
Or just do donuts on the ship deck.
Yeah,
We all get little tiny cars.
yeah. I'm led to believe that if you want to go to Antarctica, you're going to spend most of your time on a ship throwing up and doing laps. That's going to be what you do to get to Antarctica.
Why do you have to do laps?
I watched an anime.
That explains everything.
I can tell you why, but I figured I'll give you the dumb answer
We only
first.
have 12 minutes left in this
Great.
shift.
Sure,
it's
why
not enough
not?
time for you to describe the Antarctic
Yeah.
science expedition camp thing.
There's a lot of big ocean swells, and if you go down on a ship,
You go down on a ship.
will go down on the ship. Like, it's lots of this, and it's very rough, and you will probably get seasick. You almost certainly get seasick.
Oh,
Right.
the open sea is horrible.
Yeah.
Right, I get why you might get seasick.
Yes.
Why the running part?
Why you're doing laps? Because you don't get to really do much else on the ship, and if you're not in really good physical condition when you get to Antarctica, it will be brutal on you while you're down there. So you need to spend time like keeping yourself fit. The cheapest, not cheapest, but like it is the cheapest. But it's the cheapest way to stay fit that doesn't require bringing like extra like workout equipment or anything else is literally go out on the ship deck and do laps and just run laps for like, 10 minutes, 15 minutes and just kind of, run a
So-
marathon.
Yeah, just like I already do.
Yeah, you're gonna have to
Yeah.
do that to go down there
have to do
apparently.
that.
So I'm like,
Yeah.
okay. I want to go
What if
see
I just
Antarctica
wore
one
extra
day.
layers or something?
Yes, you know what? Maybe that's even better. Just put on more clothing.
Bundle up, you know?
Yep. Mhm.
Why? It's weird. The people in Antarctica never thought of that.
Yeah.
Hey guys, maybe you should just like wear a coat.
What if you just put on a coat for a while? It's like that would
Yeah.
stay warm.
Don't try to tough it out.
Like I got a really good coat, and actually sometimes I have to unzip it during the winter. It gets down to like 3 degrees here.
Yeah. yeah.
It does.
God, the amount of people, I feel really bad. I'm gonna just ruin everything. I feel really bad for what's going on in Ukraine right now, right? But to hear the people who are like, it gets down to -15.
Yes.
And I'm like, does it? These people who've been living in places where it gets down to -30 in the Ukraine sometimes are like, it gets down that low, does it? Have you asked them how actual low it gets down in Ukraine? Also, they are expecting it because they've lived here all their lives. You're acting like sometimes it gets down. Like, no, it gets all the way down to that, and it's there for months. You should be panicked, and you're just like, it's amazing. I'm like, no, it's terrifying. So yeah, I just hearing their awe in their voice. I'm like, no, you should be freaking out about how bad this is going to be. So, it bugs me a lot.